Enchanté.
Hello. So today I am interviewing.
Shanti.
Okay. So I have some questions for you. So my first question is, what's your job? What do you do for like a living?
I am the founder and CEO of a company called A Brighter Year.
What are some cool things about your job?
Well, we make coloring books, mostly for adults, but we make some for kids too. And I think the coolest thing about my job is that I have gotten to create an entire business around coloring books and watch it grow and see how many people it has helped all over the world. It's been pretty incredible.
What's your daily schedule?
As a true entrepreneur, I feel like I never stop working, unfortunately. But on an average day, I am to the office by 7:30-ish. And then I try to leave by 3 o'clock so I can spend some time with my kids. And then sometimes later in the afternoon, I have to work again, just from home on my computer.
So before we did the interview, my dad showed me the website of your company, which is A Brighter Year.
Uh-huh.
So I looked at your bio and it said you started because you wanted to spend more time coloring.
Mm-hmm.
So and you try to color with your kids. So how old is your kids now?
My kids now are 11 and 13 years old. But I've loved coloring my whole life. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved coloring. But traditional adult coloring books are very complicated. Have you ever seen a traditional adult coloring book?
No.
Okay, they're very detailed. They're very complicated. It takes hours and hours just to finish one page. But I never had hours to actually sit down and finish a whole page in one sitting. So I wanted a coloring book that fit into my busy schedule. So I started creating coloring books that I could sit down and I could start and finish a page in just 3 to 5 minutes. And that was what we built this entire company off of.
When you were a kid, what's like your dream?
My dream? I wanted to be a veterinarian, but then I found out that to be a veterinarian, you have to go to college for like 10 years. And then I decided I no longer wanted to be a veterinarian.
Did you went to college?
I did. I went to college and my degree's in music business. For the first 8 years of my life, I worked in the music industry. So I toured all over the world, all over the country with bands as a manager. I did a lot of licensing for movies and TV shows. I worked for a bunch of music festivals like South by Southwest, Miami Music Festival. And we ended up getting three bands signed to major labels before I was 25. But the music industry is very hard. And also, I was gone constantly. So when we decided that we wanted to have kids, I decided to leave the music industry. And that's when I started my entrepreneurship journey. So my first business was, after the music industry, I did custom hand embroidery on shoes. My second business, I created a company that made custom handmade party decorations. I grew that company for 10 years and then I sold it. And then this is the third company that I started. And we're about 5 years into this company.
So, I wanted to like know more about the company. So, what's like the company's total profit over those 5 years?
Total profit over those 5 years? I actually don't even know the answer to that.
Estimate.
I would have to pull up a lot of P&Ls and balance sheets. But what I will tell you is that I am in less than a fraction, so less than 1% of all female-founded companies will ever reach the level of revenue that A Brighter Year has. So we are very successful for being a female-founded company.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Iowa, Burlington, Iowa, so the very southeast corner, a very small town. But I've lived in Austin, Texas since 2005.
Why did you move to Austin, Texas?
I moved to Austin, Texas because I had a degree in music business, and I told my husband, I said, I either want to move to New York, LA, or Nashville, because those are the big 3 music hubs in the United States. But he really wanted to move to Austin, which Austin does have a lot of music. So I said, okay, let's try it, and if we don't like it, we'll leave, but we're still here, so.
Do you have any religion, and if you do, what is it?
I was raised Mennonite, but which is actually kind of similar to being Amish, like a lot of living very simply, not having a lot of materialistic goods. Music is very strong in that religion, but mostly just live in community. We no longer go to church here, but I would consider myself still a very spiritual person.
What's some cool things about your religion?
What are some cool things? I think the thing that was the coolest is definitely like the music aspect of it. So in traditional Mennonite churches, you actually sit, when you walk into the congregation, you sit based on what part you would sing if you were singing in like a choir. And oftentimes the younger people would sit towards the front of the congregation and the older people would sit towards the back, because what would happen is when you would sing your hymns or your songs, the older people would project forward and they would actually be teaching. The younger people would hear it and they would teach them their specific, parts that they should sing in the songs.
What are some advice for people who want to have a job like you?
For people who want to be entrepreneurs. My biggest advice is you just have to start. You never feel ready. You never feel like it's the right time, but you just have to start doing it.
What's the pros and cons of your daily schedule? I forgot to ask this.
The pros are that I do get to set my own schedule because I am my own boss, right? So I could choose to not come to work tomorrow and there's no one that's going to be able to fire me, right? The cons are, because we are a small business and we are a small team, everyone holds a lot of responsibility, including myself. And there's no one else to do my job if I leave. So it's either me or no one most days.
Okay, so what do you think about AI, and are you afraid that AI will take over your job?
I don't feel like AI is going to take, I think AI is changing everything. I think we're seeing a seismic shift in how AI is going to affect how people shop online, how people do everything online, but also how people are doing their day-to-day jobs. I think that we are so at the early start of this whole AI shift that we don't even know exactly what's going to happen yet. I do know for myself and a lot of other entrepreneurs and small business owners, it has given us the ability to do a lot more with a lot smaller team. So it has opened up a lot of doors and opportunities. I'm personally not super concerned about it taking my job. I know there are a lot of coloring books that are created solely by AI, but a lot of people ask me that, and that's why they keep coming back, because they know that ours are created by actual humans doing the illustrations.
Okay, so this is not really a question that revolves around you, but is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Because I've been arguing with my friend, and I keep telling them it's not a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you that it is not a Christmas movie. Thank you. Maria, one of my top employees, her favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard, so she would take the opposite side of this.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie. Okay, there's another question. Is Home Alone a Christmas movie?
Yes, Home Alone's a Christmas movie.
I agree with you. Is Harry Potter a Christmas movie?
No.
People think it is because it takes time in Christmas to have some Christmas aspect, but some people think.
But there's like 13 Harry Potter movies. No, how many
are there? The first one.
Oh, the first one? Yeah, no. I'm going to say strongly no, not a Christmas.
See, Gabriel, Bennett, Ellie, it's not a Christmas movie, okay, y'all? That's it, I think.
That's all?
That's all the questions I have.
All right.
I'm working on it. I'm
Do an
improving.
outro?
Outro. All right. Like and subscribe, please, and see you next Sunday. I'll make videos every Sunday. This video will be out in 2 weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Bye.